Tuesday. Together we'll dive into the vivid dreams, profound symbols, and the spiritual insight that illuminates Alexis's journey in the Beyond the Veil series. I'm Mary Walker, and today I'm bringing you a dream that felt like a powerful reminder of justice, resilience, and the importance of speaking out in the face of wrong. Join me as we walk the edge of a peaceful field where a disturbing scene unfolds, a tale of power misused, a struggle for justice, and the strength of standing firm when no one else will. Together we'll explore the deeper meaning behind the black stone wall, the shallow waters, and the quiet call for accountability. Let's dive into today's story, the shallow waters of justice. Last night, I found myself standing on the edge of a field that sloped down into a shallow creek. It was peaceful at first until I noticed the commotion. A man in a cop uniform, someone I thought I could trust, was bullying a younger man. The cop's name was David. He was loud and aggressive, his power turning into something dark and twisted. The young man looked scared, vulnerable, like someone trying to find his way, but constantly being knocked off course. David led him to the creek, and I called out, "Let him go." At first, David pretended to listen, saying he wouldn't bother him. But instead of releasing him, he grabbed the young man, and they both jumped into the water. From where I stood, I couldn't see them immediately. A black stone wall stood as a barrier blocking the view between the field and the creek, concealing what lay beyond. The wall felt significant, like something separating safety from danger. When I moved closer, I realized the water was shallow enough to see what was happening beneath the surface. What looked like a friendly splash at first was anything but. David had the young man in a headlock, forcing him underwater, holding him there like his life didn't matter. I wanted to help. I screamed for someone to do something, but the truth is, I can't swim. All I could do was yell, pray, and hope someone would intervene. Around us was a church, a big brick building with people going in and out. They looked over at the scene, but no one stepped in. They just watched, indifferent, like they didn't want to get involved. Eventually, David let the young man up, but only because I kept yelling at him to stop. He pushed him aside, and both of them got out of the water. The tension wasn't over. David grabbed his gun and started walking towards me. The church loomed in the background, but no one from the inside came to help. Standing my ground, I asked him, "So what are you going to do now? Are you going to shoot me?" My voice didn't shake. I was angry, fed up. To my surprise, he didn't fire. Instead, he handed the gun to an older woman nearby, someone I had never seen before. She seemed calm, collected, but when I asked her, "Do you even know what you're doing?" she dismissed me without hesitation. "I don't need to know you," she said, as if that was reason enough to trust her. I turned and walked away, calling on God. The next thing I knew, we were sitting in a station, like a police station or courtroom. The older woman was there, linked somehow to others I had helped. The young man sat beside me, no longer trembling, but still quiet. David was there too, no longer holding power, no longer the bully. This time, he was the one being held accountable. He stood before others, being testified against for his actions. Justice, though slow, was finally catching up with him. This dream left me shaking. It was a vivid reminder that while we often feel powerless in the face of injustice, our voices still matter. Whether it's calling out wrongs, advocating for someone vulnerable, or relying on faith when systems fail us, every action counts. The black stone wall, the shallow water, and the passive churchgoers, each piece felt like a symbol. Sometimes we're the ones standing on the edge, unable to dive in, but called to speak out anyway. And sometimes it's God who steps in, reminding us that no act of oppression will go unanswered. The message I took from this dream is this: even when we feel helpless in the face of injustice, our voices have power. Every action, no matter how small, creates ripples that can bring about change. And when systems fail us, faith, courage, and standing our ground are what lead to transformation. What do you think this dream means? Have you ever felt called to stand up for something, even when it seemed like no one else would? Let's discuss it. Leave a comment below.